Well, and that kind of brings me to the safeties. Um, because you've got Simmons, who we all think he's going to get re-signed, except for maybe Rich, but whatever. Um, I don't foresee a scenario where they don't try to re-sign Simmons. I mean, he is one of the top ranked safeties in the NFL, so I don't see why you get rid of him. Jackson, on the other hand, I could definitely see them cutting. And so then the question is, do they go and get another safety to bring in, or do they possibly move like Will Parks over into Jackson's spot? And then you could then potentially use Will Parks to kind of shadow the tight ends.
They would have
Since
to
he is
sign
kind of
him
that
again
hybrid.
then, right?
Yeah, but
Mhm.
that could potentially be an option that's a lot cheaper than what they're paying Jackson.
Yeah, I think that Denver is going to more than likely fish out at the free agency market, see if there are any good to decent safeties out there that can replace Jackson. I mean, who the GM could trade for a safety if he wanted to, but I don't see that as a likely scenario. Uh, but I think it's either they look into free agency to see who's available, or they can kind of maybe get Kareem Jackson on a more team friendly deal, or he doesn't accept it, and he doesn't. I don't. I mean, I don't know, but I think that out of those two, they re-sign Justin Simmons, and Jackson is either cut or walks.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of options for safety. I'm Kareem's getting older. We don't need to spend the 11 mil to pick up his option, and there's plenty of options on free agency and a decent amount of draft options.
There's a good number in the draft.
Huh?
I'll say there's a good number in the draft.
Yeah, there's not a ton. There's no real first round safeties, but it's semi deep after that. But I would probably bet on someone to come in and take like a cheaper option, kind of a bridge safety like a McDougal or Keanu Neal, Carl Joseph, Andrew Sendejo, also all a little older. Well, Sendejo's 34. Never mind. But I think kind of like a bridge, and then maybe draft one also that in the probably like 4th, 5th round, maybe that will come in and kind of learn behind, or unless Fangio really likes Trey Marshall, or PJ Locke, but I don't.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I was gonna say, like, looking at CBS Sports, they've got Javon Holland as the highest ranked safety right now out of Oregon.
It's been kind of tossed up between him and Morig. They call it. I've heard it Morig, Merig.
They've got Hamza Nesarildine as the number 2 ranked safety.
Yeah. To each their own.
Yeah, Morig's 3rd. But
go ahead, Mike.
No, go.
I was gonna say, hearing Peyton talk this week, it doesn't sound like he's eager to get rid of Justin Simmons. So that was music to my ears and really to the ears of everyone not named Rich A, basically, because I think
Honey Bear.
He's watched the show long enough to know that. But Simmons is my number one priority on the defense. Getting him back in place. We need the leadership. You need the steady locker room, the respect. There's so much more he brings to the table than just being one of the top safeties in the NFL. I am totally in favor of cutting Kareem Jackson, getting that money. Parks, I don't know if they're going to re-sign him. I would like to see that. I think he brings a good energy. He's cheap. He left us at a $1.5 million contract last year to go to Philadelphia. And it really wasn't that he was trying to get out of Denver. It was more that he wanted to go home. Right. Mm-hmm. So he could be a nice fill-in, as you described. I think we have a lot of options at safety, and we potentially could have, again, just as we did with Casey, we could have a lot of money in the safety backfield too.
Real quick. Glenn, what is the max per year you're okay with for Simmons? I mean, we were looking at what, 14, 15 at the beginning of the season to pay for him a year? 12, 13? I wouldn't go too much higher than that.
Yeah, I agree.
I was thinking 13, 14.
Yeah, I could. I don't think we go with, because what, 14 would make him top 5 in safety salary per year, I think.
And here's the thing: we already paid over 11 on the tag, so it's just a matter of coming up with those extra $2-3 million. It's not that we're all of a sudden finding 14 million out of the cap out of nowhere.
Well, and if we tag him again, he goes to 14, 13.
I think so.
I don't think it's going to come to that.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he's going to play on another
franchise.
Yeah, another franchise tag, but I don't think he played himself into 14, 15. I think he played himself down to 12, 13.
I mean, the top paid safeties right now are Buda Baker, Eddie Jackson, and Kevin Byard. And I mean, you can make I would argue that Matthew is above majority of those, but yeah, I mean, they're getting 14.75 is Buda's average per year. So I mean, you're looking at around 14 or 14-15 for Justin Simmons, which I mean, I see him above a majority of these. I mean, that's just how the market is, though. But you know, what's very interesting is Kareem Jackson's also up there. He's like he is 2 behind Justin Simmons, so he as being one of the top paid safeties in the league. So I mean, we'll save a bunch of money there, anyways.